I'm currently sitting on my mattress on the floor of my bedroom. It's the middle of January. I moved into this rental 7 weeks ago, and I still don't have a bed frame. I'm looking at a bag of potting soil sitting next to my plant I've desperately been trying to save with no luck. On the other side of this mostly empty room is an assortment of random decor waiting to be set up, and more dying plants. I'm in my pajamas, I haven't showered for a couple days, and I'm on my phone, writing the script, trying to avoid rereading what I've just written in order to finally get out of my creative rut. And surprisingly, it's going really well, because I've just realized, in this moment, as I'm writing this, the exact reason I continue failing to achieve my goals. Most of you likely don't know me, and if you do, you may not have even noticed, but I haven't posted any videos in about a year. It's not because I've given up on YouTube, or because I've died, or because I've moved to an off-grid cabin in the mountains, although that sounds quite lovely. It's because I genuinely haven't had time. At least that is the story I have continued to tell myself, over and over again, day in and day out. I don't have time. I don't have time for what's important. That may very well be my most used phrase over the past 10 years. I don't have time to create. I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to rest. I don't have time for hobbies. Whatever you can think of that would probably bring actual joy and happiness in my life. I have so often used the excuse of I am too busy. I don't have time. And that has led to me not making progress in areas that are actually really important to me. This year, like every year, I set new goals. Creative goals, relationship goals, health goals, goals surrounding exploration and adventure. And do you know how far I've gotten on any of them since January 1st? Almost nowhere. I have these huge lists of tasks and repairs to make and items to organize, and there's just so many things. I feel like I'm constantly busy, but I'm not actually making progress. And I don't actually have any good sense of balance in my life. And to be fair, life has been extremely busy with things that have to be attended to. But even in the craziest weeks and months, there still was time for what mattered, and I just wasn't taking it. So if it's not actually time, what's holding me back? That morning when I woke up on my floor, I realized we were already in the middle of January. 2 weeks into a brand new year, and I realized that once again, all my goals and deadlines were slipping by. So I got out my phone and started writing. It was the first time I've worked on a video in months, and the writing went surprisingly well. And sitting there on the floor, surrounded by my mess, it hit me. I do actually have time. And I can make progress in messy, imperfect conditions. There is mess in my life, and I've been waiting for there to be no messiness before I move forward. Yes, I have a long list of things to do, but many of those things are just distractions. They're excuses to procrastinate and put off the real work. I have to fix the broken patio chair, repot all my plants, ensure my freezer is fully stocked, and I need to have a perfectly healthy and balanced morning routine that I follow every day without fail. And my house needs to be fully set up, because how can I create if I'm still sleeping on the floor? Maybe then I can create. Once I'm caught up, then I'll have time for hobbies, for friends, for relaxation. I've been waiting for the perfect conditions to move forward and to have balance in my life. And it's very apparent to me that I am going to keep waiting if I continue like this, because my life is always going to be busy. It's always going to be messy. There's always going to be more to do. And I'm never going to have all the time that I want. I've just been so focused on trying to get rid of the mess that I don't progress. Writing this script that morning on my bed was a huge wake-up call. So, no more excuses. I just have to learn to prioritize what's truly important to me and to do the best with the time that I've been given. Maybe I don't even need a bed frame. Maybe I need to just stop waiting for a perfect life that doesn't exist and start living fully in the messy one that I have. I'm sorry that the mess get in the way of capturing these videos and sharing my story with you, because ultimately I want to authentically share what I'm going through in order that it resonates and maybe you can learn something, or you can just see that other people struggle with the same thing that you do. This past year has been wild for me, but it's been an amazing year, and luckily I did capture some of it. So my next step is to start sharing some of those stories. When I first wrote this script, it sounded so much better, and now I just realize it's very, very repetitive. I just need to make videos, so maybe the next one will be better, okay? Stop trying to be perfect. Gosh.